My name is Julia Shumishyna. I am from the company called Ikonia. I'm the chief operating officer there, and what we do is that we work with the blockchain technology, and we are trying to find the ways how we can maximize the utility of the smart contracts and the whole experience in the Web3 space, and onboard more people to the Web3 space that have zero experience. Yeah, I think there are a few things. First one is the name, the NFTs. What is that? What we love to call it is a smart contract, right? Because NFTs are associated with something bad right now. It's associated with art, with a Bored Ape, with something that was hyped and used just for the financial gain. I think misunderstanding of the utility of the NFTs, that's the first part, and then it comes with a name, because a non-fungible token, it's not understandable for the average people who are not in the space. So first part is the missing of the education about the technology in a normal way. Like apple is the fruit. What you do with the fruit, you can eat it, you can cook something with it. With NFTs, that thing didn't happen. And the second part is the experience, how you onboard people there. People who maybe, wanted to take a risk and dive in and try out. The purchasing experience is not made for people, it's made for developers by developers. In my opinion, and in I think our organization opinion, there is so much in the smart contracts, in these NFTs, that you can use to build direct democracy with a high virality rate. You can automate voting, you can, prevent fraud in elections, because, it happened, you cannot really forge it afterwards. So it's not just about art. It's much more. So I think as soon as we manage to educate people that there's more than Bored Ape, I think it has a really, really strong future in terms of how, not future, but the power, how it will change the world, how it will allow people to have more rights, which can transform over time, for them to feel more secured and that they're also in control. That's also part of the democracy, right? That they feel direct impact and they can trace back to, to where it's come from. Exactly. And I mean, the first time when I had experience with this technology, I was afraid to press any button. I was like, okay, I'm gonna press this and I'm gonna lose all my money, which are not even related to crypto. It's like, I'm gone, I'm homeless. So I think that part, the user experience, so as soon as you create the infrastructure for people, which they already know, which they already understand, you feel way more secure, right? It's like you used to live in a tent, and then you're introduced to apartment which has, this smart house features. You control it by voice, like, hey, Alice or Elsa, how they call them these days. Turn on the lights, and you're like, okay, I'm in control, I'm in power, I feel okay. But we have to show them what they have to do in order to feel safe. So it's really easy, but no one is really doing that. So I do believe that it's possible to, solve this issue of being afraid that, you are alone in this decentralized world. And of course you can be attacked by scammers, and someone can, steal your money from your wallet, or even like the NFT. But, it's, again, you can show how to protect yourself. Through community building. So really to first use the the utility of the decentralized technologies to form the community, and how you do that is that you unite them on the long-term mission. Like in our case, so we want to help people who are affected by the communist regime, and apparently there are lots of people who want to do that. And so that's the first thing: you shape the community, unite them by one mission, and then you use the utility of the decentralized technologies to power up the community with incentives. As I already mentioned, the voting rights, you are giving them these digital tokens that basically will give them more power, and maybe that will create some new ideas on their side. That's the power of the decentralized technology. First of all, it's completely transparent, it's traceable. You can, you really can move around and see, who did this and that. And although it's just numbers, it may sound insane. So the usability A and accessibility B is still, kind of challenging, I would say. But as soon as we, again, create this infrastructure for the community to exist in the decentralized world. So it's kind of interesting as well. So you centralized, you in the centralized world, you centralize your community around the decentralized world. I think this is the brilliance of building the decentralized communities and societies via these utilities. I am so impressed because I'm originally from Ukraine. I mean, we're also quite digital, and that's the first experience for me to be in the space today, and especially in Mexico. So I was impressed by the freedom and by freedom of mind and the creativity in this country and in this location and from these people. And for me, I thought like, okay, maybe we just come and talk and we present what we know, but it's such a powerful exchange of what Bitcoin as money, and what decentralized technologies can really bring into our lives. So it's extremely powerful, and I would do it again. The world problems, because I'm as a person is always trying to do something that will have an effect and will make a change or have an impact on something eventually. So for me, it's like I'm driven by injustice and discrimination, any kind of context. So that's, I guess, the first thing, and it somehow got applicable in the decentralized technologies too. And I realized, oh my God, I can like really make an impact, and I can really be part of this force with this technology. And so that's also interesting, that not only driving the power and the inspiration from the technology itself, but obviously what's happening around the world. Think about your rights, really. Think about what you want, really what you want, not what institution as a whole tells you what you want. And just take that risk, huge risk, really. Like, just close your eyes and take a step. If you fall, you fall. And imagine the world in which you want to live, in which, I'm not talking about utopia, but it could be, do whatever, imagine. So probably to summarize, my advice is really to imagine and take that risk.